Cowboys rookie Donovan Ezeiruaku is becoming one of my favorite players to watch, and every single game he plays in, he gets a little bit better. And that is the scary thing about him. I think they nailed this draft pick. Last week, he kind of dominated in run defense. This week, he's getting right back to the quarterback, and this time versus Patrick Mahomes in a really good offense, they were able to come away with a big-time victory here in Dallas. And I was impressed with the way he played. And right here, we're gonna run what we call an ET, okay? An ET is essentially an edge tackle twist or stunt, where essentially you see Donovan in that 7-eye technique on the inside shoulder of the tight end. His job here is going to reach the point of attack and then go immediately for the outside shoulder of the guard. Now, Quinnen Williams is our tackle. His job here is to reach point of attack and then stun to the outside here. Now, what this does is create a little bit of confusion between this left tackle and the left guard, but also creates a little bit of a mismatch with Quinnen Williams in the tackle. Right? So off this play, let's watch it, right? So boom, goes right for the outside shoulder. Now we create the mismatch and we get a double win opportunity. Look at Donovan. He breaks off the left guard immediately. Quinnen Williams goes right by the left tackle, and we create a pressure opportunity here for the Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now, ultimately, they do complete this ball, but I look at ability to create pressure on a quarterback because, yeah, you are going up against the best quarterback in the NFL, maybe even NFL history one day, in Patrick Mahomes, right? So, yeah, he will find a way to complete it. But if you're going up against maybe other quarterbacks, you're going to create one of 6 things, right? Maybe a bad throw, maybe a bad decision, maybe an interception, maybe you get the sack, maybe you get a forced fumble on the sack, or maybe you get a holding call on the offensive line. I want to see ability to get to the quarterback, and I feel like Donovan Ezeiruaku has been doing that. 5 pressures in this game alone. So we're going to break down a ton of film. Before we do so, make sure you guys do me a big favor. Hit the like button and hype the video, man. It's so important to getting the video to more Cowboys fans around the world. With that being said, let's dive into some film. Now, unfortunately, every time Donovan Ezeiruaku got a little bit of pressure, it seemed like the Chiefs just had some big plays. But again, that comes down to just Patrick Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes. If this was a different quarterback, right? If this was Marcus Mariota, right? Or Jalen Hurts, who's not as accurate under pressure, right? I just feel like you would see a lot different outcomes. They won the game, so it doesn't really matter. But again, here's another big-time rep where he's lined up as a wide 5 technique, outside shoulder of the tackle. We're going to be just getting 1-1 matchups here to the outside. Boom, boom. They're going to slide their protection here this direction. And ultimately, Ezeiruaku is going to use his strong arm. He's going to get to the upper chest of this right tackle. And watch how far he's able to push him back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards into the front side of Mahomes. Clears him outside of the pocket. We stumble a little bit here, and we miss the sack opportunity. But again, all I'm looking at is the ability to create pressure opportunities. Okay? And right here, not only does he do it, he dominates this right tackle. Dominates him. I mean, it puts him into the dirt. Does get tripped up a little bit there by Quinnen Williams. But you look at this defensive line compared to where they were, let's say, 7 weeks ago. You add Kenny Clark. You add Quinnen Williams. You have Osa. You have James Houston. You have Donovan Ezeiruaku. I mean, Sam Williams, Davion Clowney. The list goes on and on and on. Dante Fowler, right? I love the way they've been getting pressure on the quarterback, if I'm being completely honest. In this game, guys, 28 pressures on Patrick Mahomes. 28 pressures. Unbelievable. Let's keep going. Now, really quickly, before we get any further, like I said before, hit the like button, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering Donovan Ezeiruaku, the Dallas Cowboys, throughout the entirety of the year. On my main channel, we'll probably cover more of the defense and offense as a whole, but I do want to cover individual players on this channel, so expect this week, Donovan Ezeiruaku obviously posting that now, maybe Quinnen Williams, but also I want to look at Siobhan Revo as well. So we're probably going to break down a ton of film. Let me know anyone else you want me to break down, and we'll get you guys covered. Turn on your post notifications, that way you're notified when we do post these videos. Okay, once again, Donovan Ezeiruaku, we can call it a 7-eye, you can call it a wide 5. He's on the inside shoulder of the tight end over here. And he's going to get a 1-1 matchup. Love this. Usually you'll see the running back chip and release. I don't think he does on this play. We're going to just maintain the one-on-one. And as we get to the outside, you're going to see his first step go to the inside. All we're trying to do is get all the weight onto the inside foot of the tackle, generating leverage to the outside shoulder, okay? So again, all the weight is on that inside foot, which is huge. That's exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to manipulate him. Boom. As we get to the outside, we kind of just zoom his hands to the inside and then break through the backfield to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes. And so I look for pressure. Can we generate pressure? And if you look at the Dallas Cowboys from this season so far, you're going to notice one thing pretty specifically, right? Their offense is one of the best in football. They have one of the best offenses in football. Defensively, to start the season, they were terrible. And right now, they are currently ranking 31st in points allowed per game. Did not get any better this week. They allowed 28 points, but guess what? They came away with the W because the offense was so good. They did what they needed to do defensively, okay? Definitely need to be better. But when you go down here, 19th in the QB sack percentage, right? They only had 3 sacks versus Kansas City. But again, can we apply pressure? When you apply pressure, you force interceptions. That number needs to go up. Again, need to generate more pressure. But I think this is improving now that they have Quinnen Williams, right? And hopefully it can continue to go up because this offense has the making of a championship offense. The defense needs to catch up. And I think they've made the right moves to hopefully increase production. Monday Night Football is officially here. We got Packers, we got Eagles. Should be a really good game. At least in my opinion, it's got that potential. Now, I'm having so much fun on the Sleeper app. I can possibly over 1,000x my money every single day on this app, and it has been so much fun so far. And I kind of wanted to share you some of my picks before we do so. Now, you guys can see them. But if you use my promo code DUBS, you see it right here, you are going to get a 100% match deposit up to $100, which means if you put in $100, they're going to give you $100. If you put in 50, they'll give you 50, right? It is a steal, I would do it just for that. Now, take a look at my picks. I'm going Saquon Barkley, more than 50 rushing yards. A.J. Brown, more than 40 receiving yards. Jalen Hurts, at least 1 touchdown. Jordan Love, more than 200 passing yards. And Romeo Doubs, more than 40 receiving yards. It's all lower than you may think, and I think it's safe. 30 to win 63. Not too crazy, not too wild. Let me know what you guys are doing for tonight. Are you going big? Are you staying safe? Let me know, and let's get back to the video. Another play here, lined up in that wide 5 technique, gets a one-on-one with this right tackle. Immediately, he's going to do the same things before. He's going to establish outside leverage, plant that outside foot into the ground. He's going to force this tackle to kind of lean to the outside. We're going to rip through to the inside and immediately get Patrick Mahomes to panic and get outside the pocket. Kenny Clark ends up getting some pressure as well as some others, and he throws the ball away. Great job forcing pressure, and I thought Donovan Ezeiruaku did a great job early on forcing him outside the pocket. I mean, he was the initial guy there. Boom, look at how quick he is, dude. And that's what makes him so scary as a potential edge rusher on every single snap, man. At least in my opinion. Interesting play. Doesn't get credit for a pressure here, but I do think he does a good job getting outside leverage. He's going to hook underneath the arm, and then he's going to spin back to the inside. Doesn't work perfectly, but even as he's spinning, he's able to push this guy back another 3 to 4 yards into the backside of Mahomes, forcing that ball out early, and that's just thrown into the dirt. Again, good play here by not only Quinnen Williams getting pressure through the interior, but Donovan Ezeiruaku. I mean, how are we able to get and move this guy back a few yards while spinning? I mean, look at it. He spins and moves him back 2 yards. That is incredible. Forces a bad throw there by Patrick Mahomes. Now, overall, I do like Donovan Ezeiruaku a lot. I think he's going to be a really good player, and I think he's actually helping this team a ton. I mean, when you look at the pressures, Quinnen Williams 6, Donovan Ezeiruaku 5, Kenny Clark 5, Jadeveon 4, right? I mean, 2 of those guys are pretty much brand new to this Dallas Cowboy defense. I mean, 3 of them really coming over this season. 4 of them, if you count Jadeveon. I mean, they're all brand new, right? So, as they continue to get more reps together, I think that the defense is going to be a lot better. Here's a good rep where he gets engaged with this right tackle. Does a good job disengaging and going to make a play here, preventing anything worse from happening. They end up picking 5 or 6 yards up on this play. Love the disengagement in the run game. His ability to keep his eyes on the running back, contain the edge, and then boom, break off when he needs to. Not bad, right? Now, there's still a lot more work that needs to be done with this defense. Obviously, ranking 31st in the NFL in points allowed per game is not good. Okay, so they need to clean that up. They need to fix it, and we'll see what they do going forward. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys in the next Dallas Cowboy update, which should be pretty soon. Peace.